I'm going to be making pumpkin spice waffles today. This is part of a collaboration named Flower It Up, hashtag Flower It Up, and it's hosted by Martin Midlife Misadventures. So let's get started. The two elements here I want to point out are number one, I'm going to be using pumpkin from that pumpkin that I processed and froze. And number two, the recipe calls for Krusteaz. So it's going to be fairly simple. And actually, the third thing I want to say is that I got this recipe off the internet from a website called Dash of Savory. So let's get started. The dry ingredients are basically Krusteaz and a combination of cinnamon, ground nutmeg, ground allspice, and ground ginger. We're going to start with the Krusteaz. It's that pancake and waffle mix you can get, and it calls for 3 cups. So I'm going to put 3 cups in there. 1, 2, and 3. This Krusteaz mix is like inexhaustible. I've had this for a while. I keep it in the freezer just to keep it fresh, and no matter how much I use it, there always seems to be more. I'm going to be adding in the spices now, and it's 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, half a teaspoon of nutmeg, a 1/4 teaspoon of allspice, and a 1/4 teaspoon of ginger. I will be putting a link to the recipe in the description box too. So I've got them already here, so I'm just going to put them right into the Krusteaz, and then I'm going to quickly just whisk this so that they get incorporated, well incorporated into the Krusteaz mix. Already smelling good. The recipe calls for everything to be put straight in there, so I'm going to make a little well and start putting the liquid and soft ingredients like this 1 cup of pumpkin puree I'm going to put in there. It calls for a cup of water, which I'm going to put in there. 1 egg. Oops, going right in there, and 2 tablespoons of oil. Here's 1, and here's 2. I'm going to start mixing this up. It says to expect that the batter will be kind of lumpy. So I'm actually kind of excited about trying these. I do love waffles. What I do with waffles is I make a lot of waffles at one point, and then I flash freeze them. Put them on a cookie sheet and freeze them individually. Then I put them in containers in the freezer, and when I want a waffle or half a waffle or a piece of waffle, I just take whatever I want out and pop them in the toaster. So looking forward to doing that with this, and I'm really pleased. I'm looking for all these recipes that call for pumpkin, because I ended up with 12 cups of pumpkin from that big pumpkin I processed a few weeks ago. So this looks like a good one. Pumpkin spice and waffles together. How can you go wrong? All right, that looks about right. So I'm going to go ahead and start the waffle iron. All right, it's green for go. I have it at about 75% between minimum to maximum. It's like about 3/4 of the way up. I like my waffles kind of crispy, but you know, that's a personal choice. So I'm going to go ahead and get started here. Not sure how much these will spread, but all right, let's give it a minute or 2. Well, that looks pretty good. It puffed up quite a bit. A nice thick waffle. I'm going to go ahead and make the rest of the batter, and I'll tell you how much it made, and then we'll have a taste test. Well, I got 7 really nice big waffles out of this recipe. They cooked a little bit differently because of the pumpkin, but by the last waffle, I kind of got the hang of it. I had to spread it out a little bit manually because they would not spread out real well if you just put them in the waffle iron and close them like regular waffles do. But it was a lot of fun, and I'm going to give them a try as soon as they cool down a bit. So I have a corner here. Let's give it a try. As you can see, they are very thick. They smell good, like a little bit like pumpkin spice, and they have like a nice, you know, they're nicely cooked inside. So let's see what they're like. Really good. A nice pumpkin spice flavor. You can taste the cinnamon and all that in there. But with this, I think the pumpkin really adds something to it. This is going to make this a great deal more, I don't want to say sturdy, but it will fill you up more because there's a cup of pumpkin in here. Plus, it's a good way to sneak some vegetables into your day. Pumpkin does have a lot of positive nutritional qualities, and here it is in your waffle. This is just delicious. So I will put a link to the again. I'll put a link to the recipe in the description box. And this is definitely a winner. I'm looking forward to having these for the next couple weeks. Thank you so much for watching.